everyone. Welcome to Bridal Business School. Hello. Thank you guys for joining me on the replay. Guys, I am having a few tech issues, I think, with it wouldn't connect me. So hopefully you guys can see me. I'm just going to jump in. For those of you that are on the replay, apologies. Just you can fast forward until you see me. Maybe put my thumbs up or something. Hang on, it's like, turn this off. It looks like, all right. Yes, I'm on. All right, so we're here. I'm live. Awesome. Okay, so guys, welcome to the training today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you guys about why brides forget about you. And I just want you to understand this, because the key to understanding how you can get more brides booking you is to understand how and why brides are making bookings and what's going through their mind, so that you guys can know that at every opportunity possible you can book more brides. So, and I'm going to move away from my microphone. I know this. I'm going to keep coming back to this, but there's a reason why I'm standing up today. It's because I've got my little trusty whiteboard here, okay? So what I want to show you is a couple of things. Now, in my Become a Bride Magnet training, we dive deep. We dive deep into sort of the funnel, and we dive deep into brides, and we talk about, we dive really deeply into it. But what I want to show you is kind of like at a surface level, for those of you out there, just as a quick fix to booking more brides, you have to get in the mind of your bride, okay? So here's what I'm going to show you on my trusty whiteboard behind me, and eventually I will try and get this so that it's mounted and all that. But let me just show you on this, okay? All right. Every business, I'm not sure if you guys can see that. I'm going to just move my microphone just slightly. All right. So I can stand here actually next to the microphone. All right. Now I know that's a bit faint, but you can see it's a funnel, right? So every business, guys, for those of you that are here, please say hi. I should be able to bring my comments up on the screen. So welcome, guys. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. All right. Now, every business, doesn't matter what business it is, right? Every business has a funnel, right? As in, this is the amount of customers that perhaps come across you and connect with you. And these are the customers that actually become an actual booking with you, right? So every business has a funnel, right? Doesn't matter who you are, what business you are. Thanks for the hearts, guys. Doesn't matter who you are, what business you are. Every business has a funnel. Okay, so your bridal business is no different, okay? So with your bridal business, I'm just going to bring comments up on my screen on my phone as well. So with bridal business, it doesn't matter basically how many brides, right? So we have, lots of brides that connect with us, right? You get heaps and heaps of brides that connect with you, but you may only get like the odd bookings. Okay, now there is a reason for this, okay? And the idea of me teaching you guys this today is what I want you to be able to do. Let me see if I can just make that a bit. I don't know if I need to get maybe a black one. Can you guys see that a bit better? If I scribble, hang on, let me see if I can get a darker pen. Let me go with my black one. All right, that's a bit better. All right. So you got your funnel, right? So we've got loads of brides that connect, right? These are all the brides, right? They come across your business. They come across your business in all different places. They come across you on social media. They might get referred to you by friends and family. They may come across a paid ad. They may just do a search, right? A digital search for you, right? So you're going to get loads of people loads of brides, I should say, that are kind of looking for what you've got, right? But not every bride is going to make it through, okay? So you're going to get the odd brides that are going to come through. What we want to do, as much as we can, is try and expand this, right? And the way we do this, or the reason why a lot of us can't do this, is because brides forget about us, right? So brides come into contact with many different hair and makeup providers, okay? A bride will kind of do a bit of a ring round. Now, yes, there might be a bride that will be your, let's say they're your hair client, right? So they're obviously going to book you then for their hair, perhaps. But then there are a lot of hairdressers out there who don't do weddings, and they don't do the updos, and they won't travel to the bride, and the bride wants that. So they may get a referral from their hairdresser, for example. So at that point though, if a bride has got, let's say, a trusted hairdresser, and that hairdresser now cannot do their wedding for whatever reason, right? Perhaps they don't do weddings or they're unavailable on that day, etc., etc. You have to think to yourself, okay, so that puts then that bride, so if we put that aside, the relationship there, if we put that aside, she becomes then like every other bride. And the fact that she is now actively looking for a hair and makeup artist for her wedding. Now, there's a couple of things that come into play before she'll actually make a commitment to book you. And here's where I think as hair and makeup artists, we forget, right? We think this perhaps is something wrong with us because, you know, she seemed really keen at the beginning, but I couldn't quite get her to commit, or I couldn't get her to make a booking. Now, I've got I've got a workflow that you guys can get access to. If you go to bridalbusinessschool.com/box set, I've got a new box set of ebooks, and it actually includes the workflow in that of booking brides. But the reasons why they forget you is because they get distracted. These brides here, right, at the top of your funnel, all these brides that come into contact with you, they're really super, super, super excited. They're excited because they've just got engaged and they're really happy. And so what do is that they basically find out, they get quotes from everyone, right? So these brides here are now having that, you know, they're shopping around and they're going to this makeup artist and that makeup artist and that, right? Hairdresser, right? So they're now starting to get quotes come through. But we could be 12 months from their wedding, even 18 months. This could be, you know, where are we now? Okay, so this could be March. So we're now in March, right? We're in March 22, right? But her actual wedding date, let's say, is March 23, right? So in the bride's eyes, okay, so first tip here for getting in the mind of your brides and getting them to book. The first tip here is they're not in a hurry. They don't see hair and makeup as their priority. So the first thing that happens between the bride, you know, getting all these quotes, they're really excited, right? They're like, oh God, I've got to get quotes on hair and makeup. Problem is that in their heads, they're thinking, my wedding's still only a year away. And what they don't realize is that I need to book this hair and makeup artist to make sure that they're not busy, right? That they've actually got time. Hey Lily, how you going? But they've actually got time to be able to, they think they've got time to make the booking. So the first reason why brides will tend to forget about you is that they think they've got all the time in the world, right? They've got plenty of time. They think to themselves, I've got plenty of time before I need to make my booking. So they forget, right? Let's just write this here. Okay, so I'm going to put here, why brides forget. Okay, why brides forget, okay? So why they forget to book you. So the first thing is they're really excited and they think, oh, it's okay then because I've got all the time in the world. What they don't realise is that just like a venue, just like the florist, just like car hire and things like that, we book up just as quickly as all of the other things. So the first reason why they forget you is time. The second reason why they forget you is because they just have a lot of distraction, right? So distraction. I'm sorry for my scrappy handwriting, but distraction, okay? And I know those of you on the phone are going to struggle to see that, but you guys get the drift, right? I'm trying to make this a bit more interactive than me just being face-to-face on the screen. Okay, so distraction. So what have they got? They've got distraction from, organising everything, right? All the organising comes in. You've got, the politics of perhaps your family and dynamics. She's like picking her bridesmaids and deciding, who's going to be in the bridal party. And then she's got, who's doing what on each side of the family. So distraction is another reason why she's got really excited at the beginning, right? When she got engaged in March 2022, she's got a quote from you, but she thinks, one, oh, it's okay, I still got time. Two, there's all this other stuff going on right now, so she's getting distracted. Now, a third thing that happens as well, of course, it's the biggest reason why brides tend to not book us, and that's money. Okay, so when it comes to money, this could be in a variety of different things. This might not just be the fact that she can't afford you right now. What it could just mean is that she's not the one paying for her wedding. It could be grandma. It could be in-laws. It could be parents. And again, you know what they're thinking? She's got a whole year yet till she gets married. Why do I need to pay a deposit for a hair and makeup artist now? Especially as a lot of hair and makeup artists now have kind of wised up to the let's not do a 10% deposit, because they then kind of don't book us. Or they're quite prepared to lose their $100 deposit. That happens a lot, and I'm hoping that by educating you guys, I'm going to give you guys some suggestions on deposits and how you secure your bookings even more so that your brides can't cancel on you. But, you know, it might not just be that she doesn't have the money personally to pay for a deposit or to pay or book the hairstylist and makeup artist. It could be, like I said, she's not the one paying for the wedding. So these things start to get in the way. And you know what happens during this time? Time creeps on, right? So then suddenly it's April, and then it's May, and then it's August, and then it's September, right? And we're now creeping closer and closer to that wedding day. I'm sorry, that's really light again. But then we're creeping closer and closer to that wedding day, and she still hasn't made her booking yet because she's forgotten. Because it was ages now. She's now going, oh, crap. I've got 6 months until my wedding and I still haven't booked my hair and makeup artist. So then she's like going, oh, crap. So then she sort of goes back and she sort of has a sift through the quotes that she got. She may have a look at them and go, oh, I wonder if any of these people are around now, if they've still got availability, and then she might come back to you or she might not. If you get in the mind of your bride right at the beginning up here, you'll be able to stop any of this from happening, because with all the distraction that goes on with a bride and the fact that she in her head thinks she's got plenty of time and she thinks that, you know, it's fine, when I'm ready I can pay the deposit, that's fine, but she still doesn't do it. There's reasons for that bride not doing it. And what I want you guys to understand when you're booking brides is a lot of the time the reasons why they perhaps ignore you, they're not really doing it on purpose. They just don't think about it. It's just not a priority to them. So as hair and makeup artists, we need to make this a priority. We need to make booking us a priority. So you need to find ways as the hair and makeup artist to make booking you a priority, okay? So your number one priority is to keep being engaged with that bride. So I call it connect, captivate, convert. Okay, we connect here, up here. This is the connection that we make, right? Up the top, where she first comes into contact with us and she gets a quote, right? This is where we convert her into a booking. Now, what we want to do, we don't want that to be that she suddenly converts into a booking 6 months down the track. We want the minute she gets a quote from us, she realizes the urgency, right? She doesn't have time because we're busy people and we're always getting booked out. She doesn't have distraction around her. You're the one main focus and you need to keep in her mind continuously, right? So we need to captivate her attention, right? Before we can then get the money. This is the biggest thing. The distraction is going to be the biggest reason why a bride isn't booking you. It's not because she can't afford you. It's not because she perhaps it is a bit about the time, but again, that's still a distraction, right? She just thinks, oh, it's okay, I'm all right, I can book them soon. It's not really money either. It tends to not be money. Even though we think it is, we think, oh, the bride didn't book us because, you know, I'm too expensive, or she thinks I'm too cheap, or she got a quote from someone else. It's not about that. If you get into the mind of your bride at the beginning, when she first connects with you, and you learn this one thing, okay, this is what you need to learn. You need to learn how to captivate your bride. If you can't captivate them this is never going to happen. You're never going to be able to convert them because she's going to connect with you. She's going to think she's got all the time in the world. She's got all this distraction. She's going to forget about the money and stuff. She hasn't lined it up with their grandma or with the in-laws or anything. So she won't convert into an actual paid booking. If you want to book a bride, you've got to learn how to captivate their attention. And captivating their attention means you need to keep them focused on what you're doing. All eyes need to be on you. So the way we do that is we create automation in our business. We create automation so that we're constantly staying in contact with that bride. If you don't make the effort to keep her attention, she's not going to book you. She's going to forget about you. So you need to do it in a series of ways where you connect with the bride, you keep them occupied, you get them talking about their wedding, you are able to get into their head to know that, hey, by the way, I'm a hair and makeup artist, but I get booked up in advance. I'm busy as a hair and makeup artist. Just note that if you don't book me now, the date may go and you may not get me in the future. So if we connect and we bond and you really like me and you like my styles, you need to book me now. It's getting into the head of the bride to know that she needs to make that booking at the beginning. You need to captivate her attention. And the other way you can do that is through email marketing. Now, I know that every makeup artist says to me, looks at me and goes, what? Email marketing, really? I get sick of emails. Emails come through to me on my phone and I ignore them, and I get that. I do too. I'm subscribed to many things and I ignore many things. But here's again where you have to get into the head of your bride. Your brides are really excited. Your brides are there. They're ready. They're wanting to make a booking because they've just got engaged and they've rung you, or they've DM'd you, or they've sent you asked for a quote on your website. You have to learn to captivate their attention. And you can do that through a series of emails and a series of marketing, with also keeping in contact with them, on their Instagram and Facebook. And, you can do all that kind of connection. But if you really want to captivate them so that they make a booking, you can have a sequence of events, which you guys can download the sequence of events. Go to bridalbusinessschool.com/box set. Get my 5 ebooks, and one of them is called Bridal Business Bookings, and that will give you the actual workflow of how you do it, so how they come in contact with you and then how you make the booking with them. But if you've got a series of emails set up that's automated, again, I'm not saying that you have to write an email every time to this bride, but if you've got a series of emails that says, oh, hey bride, so happy to have had your quote come through. I'm working on your quote right now. In the meantime, did you know we also offer X, Y, and Z? Or did you know that most brides that come to us are not sure of their hairstyle, or they're not sure of the makeup that they want to have? They're not sure whether to go glam or whether to go a little bit lighter or natural. Do they want sparkles? Take this quiz and find out. Download my ebook to understand how your hair should go according to the neckline of your dress. You need to keep the bride captivated, because the more you keep her captivated and the more you keep her engaged in those particularly that first week of her coming into contact with you, you stand so much more chance of being able to convert that bride into a booking super easily. All right, guys, I've given you loads of tips today. Nice, short video. Thought it would be a little bit different than me just sat face to face in the camera, showing my writing here. Sorry for the scribbles. Maybe one day I'll practice my handwriting. But guys, that's it, okay? Captivate. You have to captivate these brides. You have to get in the mind of your brides. If you want to book more of them so that they don't forget you, you have to learn how to captivate their attention. Just giving them a quote and then waiting for them to make a booking, that's not captivating your bride. That's just basically leaving money on the table. So I don't want you leaving money. Hey, Tina, great to see you, honey. Thanks for joining. I don't want you guys leaving money on the table, right? You have to keep in contact with your brides continuously. If you want to convert more brides into actual bookings, if you want to get paid for these services, you have to learn how to communicate with your brides. the captivation as well doesn't just stop when they give you a deposit. So let's say you have got, you've been, bride has attracted you, they've sent you a deposit, and then you don't hear from them for 12 months, or they don't hear from you, is probably more to the point. And then you wonder why that bride then cancels, 2 months out from their wedding. And you're like, well, hang a minute, she paid me a deposit and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. Like, she couldn't care less. She's happy to forfeit that deposit because she's not interested in you anymore. You haven't captivated her attention. So captivation doesn't just come when you want to actually make her part with her money and make a booking with you. It also comes from that point where she actually gives you her money and then her wedding day. We'll talk about that one on another on another live. All right, guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've had fun. Leave me some comments below. And let me know if it's been helpful. All right, guys. See you again next week. Bye for now.